Welcome to my channel. I'm a balcony gardener in London, UK. Today I'm going to make some tea from these fig leaves. I got them back in September 2022, the fresh leaves from a place called Wolves Lane in North London. It's a nursery, conservation centre, urban farm type. It's lots of things. But anyway, I got these fresh leaves from a tree. I harvested them myself, and I have been drying them ever since, and they're now fully dry. They've been dry for quite a while actually. And I washed them before I dried them. So, and it's now February 2023. So they've been drying for months, and they're looking a little bit brown inside. You can see, don't know what that white stuff is. Maybe a little bit of the sap, but I'm sure I've washed it off. I have never made fig leaf tea before, so it will be a first for me. The first thing I'm going to do is remove these stems. Now, some people say the stems, when you get the leaves from the tree, if you do that yourself, you will notice that there's a white sap that comes from the stems. Some people say it's, toxic. It's part of the plant's defense system to deter bugs and things. Some people say that the sap itself is beneficial, medicinal. I don't know. I really don't know. But you can see now because it's dry, there's no sap, there's no white sap. And as I mentioned before, I did wash it before drying them. And so I don't know, but I hear from reading around and watching videos that there are lots of benefits of drinking fig leaf tea, either the fresh leaves or the dried. Some of the benefits, I'm just going to read from my notes, is that it's high in calcium, so can help with increasing bone density, which is particularly important for women. And if you don't have other sources of calcium, then this could be a good thing. But I don't know. I need to declare these are just things that I read. I'm not medically qualified or anything, or I'm not a nutritionist, and I'm not a dietitian, so I don't know. But that's what I read, that it's high in calcium, and it's high in iron and fiber. And those are just, I think, phosphorus as well, potentially. And that it also can help to reduce blood pressure, reduce cholesterol, reduce sugar level, and can help with weight loss. These are some of the things that I've read about the fig leaf. I don't know if it's true of the fruit as well. I think most people are more familiar with consuming the figs themselves rather than the leaves. So I was surprised when I learned that you can consume or make tea from the fig leaves. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm crushing them first. You don't have to, but I want to get the most out of these leaves because these are all that I have. I don't have any more. And I want to say something about the fragrance as well. It has a very, especially the, I can smell it less now, but when I first harvested it and as it was drying, there was a very pleasant, almost vanilla-like fragrance, almost sweet, but definitely tones of vanilla, I would say. And I hope it tastes that way too. I don't know. I'm going to try it just on its own first. I'm not going to add anything. I'm not going to sweeten it. So I'll see first. I need to finish crushing them. And boil some water first. When I did harvest the leaves from the tree, I tried to pick the smaller, more tender, younger leaves. That's what people recommend. You know, like most plants, the most nutritious and tasty parts are the growing younger leaves, or the meristematic parts of the plants. And that's what I did. I did see the white sap, going back to the white sap. I think a little bit of it, I mean, I couldn't avoid touching it. It didn't irritate my skin or anything, but it was there. I did try to avoid it, but I think I did come into contact with it, but I didn't have any reaction to it. So, but, you know, I wouldn't recommend one way or another. So be cautious if you haven't done that before. But yeah, so I think this is enough now. I am going to boil some water. I've seen people boiling water first on the stove and then adding the leaves and letting it simmer. I would prefer, I'm just going to boil in a kettle and add the leaves in a cup, because I want to keep as much of the nutrition as possible. And generally, you know, boiling things high heat is a form of processing and can lead to a little bit of damage, and I don't want to lose any nutrition, so any nutritional value. So I'm just going to add this like I'm just going to make tea like I would with normal tea, and I will show you that. So I'm just going to pick out the stems first. This is how it looks. I'm going to try and smell it again. Oh yeah, that vanilla smell. Now I can smell it. Yeah, it's not as strong as it was when it was drying initially, but yeah, I will come back with the tea next. So here it is. I put about 3 or 4 teaspoons and added some boiling water. I'm going to let it brew maybe for 3, 4, 5 minutes. It has a slightly yellowish color, and I think the leaves will float to the top. So yeah, I'm just going to let it sit for a few minutes, then taste it. I'll cover it, so keep all the steam in. Then we'll taste it. Here it is. Very distinctive golden yellow, almost looks like honey color. I steeped it for about 10 minutes actually, and I am going to reuse the leaves, maybe steep it overnight or make another tea from it in the morning. It's now at night. Actually, I don't know if this fig tree, if the fig leaf has any caffeine, but yeah, I'm still gonna drink it even though it's nighttime. I haven't put any sugar or anything, so let me just try it. How do I it's definitely, I can taste the vanilla, but not a sweet kind of vanilla, just mild taste, almost a combination of vanilla and green tea. Those are the tastes I'm picking up. Very pleasant, and I would say the vanilla taste is stronger, but it just doesn't taste sweet, which is very strange. But it's really nice, and I wouldn't put any. I mean, maybe you can put a little bit of sugar or honey, but it doesn't need it. It's not sweet, but it's got this, like I said, vanilla type taste, and it's not, there's no bitterness at all that you'd get, say, from some tea. It's really nice, and I'm definitely gonna make use of the rest of these, make more tea, and finish this as well. Thank you for watching. Bye. One more thing I wanted to add. I think because I dried the leaves first, the taste might be stronger than it would have been with the fresh leaves. I don't know, I'm just speculating, but because I was surprised at how strong the taste was, and I'm making a second brew here. And when generally my understanding is that when you dry leaves, or they become more potent version of the fresh leaves, because the water evaporates, so they become more concentrated. So I think that's what's happened here, because even just with 10 minutes of leaving it to steep, it was a very strong flavor. So maybe that's better, but I don't know. But maybe worth trying both the fresh leaves and the dry, and see what you prefer, see if there's a difference. Anyway, that's all I wanted to add. Thank you again for watching. Bye.